What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Game podcast. My name is Edward, named after a great man, that being my pop. Shout out to my mama and my granny for helping raise boys too. Please make sure you go follow at Emax Stats for all your up-to-date high school, pro, and collegiate sports coverage. Will not disappoint. We'll keep you up to date on all that is going on in the beautiful, illustrious sports world. Right now, 3-on-3. Not sure if our brother Sedacious is going to make it tonight. Nonetheless, if he doesn't look at all that information in the description box, and make sure you go follow our brother Sedacious and check out all that he has going on. If he doesn't make it, uh, that doesn't change anything. We still gonna hold our brother down in his absence, and we're gonna put on 3-on-3. Olympics is around the corner, and what is a podcast without your brethren?
Big brother Iron Man, Shine Hard Izzo. In the Bible it says, a righteous man falls down 7 times, but gets up 8. So keep seeking, keep pursuing, and you know, keep getting up and going for it. Let's go.
Well, it's the host with the most that blows the most smoke. Black Keys, the rap plug, the hip hop plug. You already know, man. Be sure to go check out the podcast, man. Just keep it in rotation. Keep it going, man. Got some timeless sounds, I guess you would say, on there, man. Timeless topics. Uh, be sure to go check out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and where you get your podcast from. Uh, yeah, check me out on social media, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it, I got it pretty much. So just I'm out there. Let's get it.
Do it. Get into it. Um, that was I before we that scripture. I've equated like scriptures from the Bible to be like chapters or like seasons of my life, and that a righteous man falls down 7 times but gets back up again. Izzo, like that's been like the chapter or like the theme of like the season of my life I've been in like the past 3-4 years. So yeah, no, that's always a great scripture to like keep you pushing forward no matter the circumstances.
And I know you
Uh,
got um the resource right in front of you. Can you look up the actual scripture that is, so
okay,
we can put a
I know
face to
it's
that,
I
some
know it's
name to claim?
Proverbs. Yeah, I know it's Proverbs. Is it Proverbs 24:16 maybe or
Mm,
6?
I was gonna say, yeah, somewhere around there. Like I was gonna say,
Yeah, 24. It's Proverbs 24:16. Get y'all the NIV version. For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes.
wow,
Yeah, man.
for full context.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So again, echoing Izzo's sentiments. It's not about falling, it's about getting back up, man. So keep getting back up out there, beautiful people. Keep getting back up. Great pod, great episode ahead of us. A lot to get through on the rundown, man. Hopefully, we can still keep it in like a nice hour 15 timely fashion. Um, but one of the things that I had seen earlier last week that I wanted to make sure I gave my commentary on was Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, he made a post on Instagram attending Rondell Moore attending Rondell Moore's funeral, who recently passed away a few weeks ago. NFL player. I'm gonna say the reports are alleged that it was a suicide, and I did not like Kyle Pitt's comments. This is what he wrote. He posted a picture of Rondell Moore's obituary, and it said, "Crazy how." Only about 6, maybe 7 of your teammates in the NFL showed up for you today. All that talk and fake emotion and nobody won't show up to lay you to rest. Just a loss of words. And then it goes on to say we woke be woke on who your brothers really are. who really rock with you in all areas of life, not just in front of cameras or in the public. Folks just want to throw up a post and not mean it, but we ball, as Kerr said it. It might hurt a little, but we ball. As yeah, as oh, as YB, as Kerr, we ball. And so uh I feel like those comments was like whack because you can't tell people how to grieve, and I don't think showing up to someone's funeral dictates whether or not like you real or fake. Some people can't, some people hate funerals, some people grieve differently. And I also question like you being there, it's just like, all right, my nigga, you there to grieve or you there to take attendance? Like what we doing? And so yeah, like I don't know, those comments like really rubbed me the wrong way when I had seen that post because like how many fake people show up to funerals that don't really care for you or your life or whatever had going on? They barely said two words. We know how the game go. Oh man, like how did he die? Like that's all people. Man, folk ain't heard talk to you in years, but you passed away. Man, how they die? Man, I was just with the whoop. So for Kyle Pitts to try to like, I guess make himself seem like esteemed because like he actually showed up. Like I think that's like whack. Like you showing up to a funeral doesn't that doesn't like indicate whether or not like you a real one or you a day one or that's really your brother. You know what I'm saying? Like even me, like I hate funerals myself. Like and who's to say people didn't look out or do some type of gesture to the family, but they didn't show up to the funeral. You know what I'm saying? So for Kyle Pitts to like post that, granted he himself is also grieving, but I think those comments was like out of pocket. And again, you can't tell people how to grieve, and whether or not somebody shows up to a funeral doesn't dictate whether or not they loved you. Suppose I've always been there for you. I'm sorry, I'll try to rap it. Suppose I've always been there for you, and then the day of your funeral, I decide not to show up. How many people, again, ain't never been there for you when you was living, but got the audacity to show up to your funeral? So, wow. Wow. We're going to get to this, but Bam Adebayo has tied Kobe Bryant's 81 record, 81 points in a game record. We're going to get to that. But if y'all got anything to add to the Kyle Pitts thing, feel free. If not, we can keep it pushing. I just had to get that off my chest.
My opinion, a funeral is a personal decision, period. And that's between yourself, God, and the person that passed away. That's how I look at it. And also, well, just to wrap that part up, when it comes down to a funeral, it doesn't really matter about anybody around you. It doesn't matter about anything else. It's all about your relationship of understanding, like, okay, if I don't make this, for the reasons why I'm not making this, can that person that had passed away be okay with it, me knowing them? So that's one thing. Then on top of that, a lot of people don't go to funerals for the exact same reason he's pointing it out, because they don't want the attention. They don't want, because they understand like it's bigger than themselves. They also understand that, hey, I'm a multi-millionaire and me showing up to this funeral can draw attention away from the fact that this man lost his life. Like he killed himself, if I'm not mistaken, right? Suicide, right?
Alleged, yes.
Alleged suicide. So it's one of those things where it's like, bro, this is a very serious matter. I don't need to show my face, have the paparazzi, have cameras, have anybody asking me questions about something that has nothing to do with me. That's something they can ask me in my own personal interviews. They can ask me in my own personal game times after the game or whatever. But to show up to the funeral, I feel like to a certain extent, being the status that you are is disrespectful. So Kyle Pitts, shame on you. That was your personal decision to go. And at the end of the day, sometimes you got to step back and look at the whole entire situation and understand a lot of people that voiced it out that may have been public, they they may know their status and understand, like, hey, I'm a big star. I go there, I'm gonna have 3 days worth of media work about me going to that funeral, and that's not what it's about. So that's how I feel about it. I think people may have purposely not went to show respect. So yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't disagree more with both of y'all. Like I think it's very nearsighted, and I think it's very um one dimensional in regards to how y'all chose to view it. Reality is all about perception, and it's always different perspectives to be had in regards to how a situation is unfolding. And how I viewed it was Kyle Pitts spoke his truth. It didn't take away. He didn't have a selfish look at me moment. What he wanted to do was call attention in real time while the emotion was still high and call attention to, hey, look at all the people that posted something on social media when he passed away, as opposed to only a handful of people actually showing up to the funeral. And I think it was more so speaking to the NFL. The NFL is like the shield, right? It represents something bigger. The saying goes, nothing is bigger than the shield. And, you know, especially for the NFL to be a partner of definite, a lot of mental health organizations and, being a mental health advocate. And it's a touchy subject, right? But you say you're for players' health and due to all the suicides that have really occurred in the league due to a lot of ramifications of CTE. Not saying that this is a case of that. I think Randall Moore was depressed with how his NFL career was going in regards to the injury and the rehab, and probably a lot of other personal things that we really don't know and can't speak about. But to say you didn't want to go because you didn't want the media to make it about you. Like, if the media tried to make it about you when clearly it's clearly about Rondell Moore's, you know, his funeral, his remembrance, like that's a that's really an indictment on the media, not the person. And I wouldn't say like, dude, nobody's coming to that funeral to cover you. Nobody's gonna be 500 people wrapped around a building to get an autograph from you if you're so star studded or whatever the case may be. Everybody is in a grieving state. Everybody coming here is really sad and really trying to again remember this person for the last time. I don't know if it was a closed casket or open casket arrangement, but you know people want people coming there to mourn, bro. So it's just like to say you don't want to cause a public pariah because your image is so big and you this and that or that stature of a player. That don't really sit well with me because I don't care how big your stature is. When you land in that box, we all the same. From dirt we came, it's a
To
dirt we
dirt we
shall.
shall return.
Come on, man. So don't I really don't want to hear that excuse, particularly in regards to that, because when it's all said and done, bro, that's that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's I
I
don't know,
don't.
man. That's a weak excuse to me.
Apart from the no excuse, my biggest point is not showing up to a funeral doesn't make anyone in particular fake.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'm gonna say not the fake part. I'm not more so co-signing that. What I'm more so co-signing is the attention that he brought in regards to, again, people claiming that they were so close and how they, how it is when somebody passed away. Like, oh, bro, I was just talking to you, or I wish bro, we should have, all of this stuff. And then it's like, you do all that showing out and seemingly crying and snobbing at the mouth on social media, all for you not to show up. That's fake.
So let me ask this question, and again, I know we got a lot to get through. Let me ask this question.
Bro, okay,
Hey,
and
did
I
you
know
took?
this is gonna be real insensitive. Bam Adebayo just broke Kobe record, bro, and got 83. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. I ain't gonna lie. And this is some super hating shit that is probably gonna go
It's
down for. But
way, bro.
but can I rant real quick?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, bro, how fucking dare the Wizards let this nigga go for 83 and disrespect his record, bro? But on the other hand, I will say this. It's not Bam's fault. And I low key, I was finna be on some real super hater type shit. But guess what, bro? No Tyler Hero, no Norman Powell, no Andrew Wiggins. What you want him to do?
Isaac, when I literally outside of
They was down, they was up 16 when the fourth quarter started. So it wasn't like they was getting blown out, bro. They low key
bro,
need
outside of Davion Mitchell, I didn't know who else was in that starting lineup outside of Bam and Davion Mitchell. I looked at the starters. I was like, who are these niggas? And it made sense why Bam had to go crazy because it's just like, well, who else am I gonna pass it to? And for Bam, it still rubs me the wrong way. Are we haters because we feel like he's like eclipsed Kobe in some way? Like, are we
man
haters?
and clips them in what? He ain't like
Like,
again,
I
bro.
just I feel like Kobe's record shouldn't have been touched, bro. Or I'm okay with it being touched, but like the Wizards,
I ain't gonna lie.
like those records are supposed to
Atlanta
be
let Luke
reserved for.
Atlanta let Luca get 71.
We can't do that game. You meet the Raptors. Get it to the Raptors. All is
It would have
fair.
been that would have been crazy
And
if
you
it
know
was the
what?
Raptors.
All is fair.
And I blame the Wizards, bro, because you could have put people out there. You want to tank so bad. You want this little draft pick so bad to go with what you got going that you willing to not even say, you know what, Bam? You like got fuck 70, fuck 80. You got 60 right now. Let's like double them, right? Or shit, this nigga got 50. Let's start doubling him and let's get the ball out of his hand. And what they
Bro,
do,
this nigga Bam went
man,
20
stop
for
playing, bro.
he went 20 for 43. This nigga took 22 3-pointers. Bro, Bam at about and you know, and this is I don't
I
wanna
don't blame him though. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Bam because again,
know
you
it's the
literally
Wizards. I know it's the Wizards, and I'm not gonna claim it. It's just a thought that I have. I feel like I know Bam probably is never gonna come close to doing this
I
again. And
had
again,
Bam
it's a
fantasy.
what is fantasy like 100 and
It's finna look fake.
it's definitely gonna look fake and not real.
I dare somebody to go under on him next game. Watch a nigga have watch you piss somebody off and have 12 points and 6 boards.
Bam under. Bam under. If you looking to get on Prize Picks, put in Shine Hard's promo code. Get you some money. Get you in the Prize Picks world. But Bam under next game. But Bam is the type of player that would do that, bro.
Nah, he gonna
And
get that call. He gonna be like, hey, Bam, like
we
the 80
are
points.
we already know he getting drug tested. And
Oh,
Prize
oh
Picks
yeah.
and Prize
He,
Picks will do you one
I'm
better and
talking
give you
about
a Bam discount this game.
he getting drug tested right now.
Literally. Hey, like right after that on court post game interview, right this
They
way,
was
sir.
like, yeah, come on.
Right this way, if you will, my kind sir. Nah, bro. So watching Bam get this 83, I know it's against the Wizards, like a poverty-stricken tanking Wizards, and obviously who else was Bam going to turn to get like to try to win tonight? I salute Bam in that, but I've always felt like Bam has limited and suppressed like his full capability for like being like the glue guy. And maybe just like falling in line in terms of the pick and order, whether it's him being a second option to Jimmy, or it's him taking the back seat to Jimmy and Tyler Hero. I've always felt like Bam had more in his game that he don't really display because he just tries to do whatever the team needs in terms of going out there and just being a go getter. And this 83 makes me feel like, bro, I think you got the capability, even against tough defenses, to like go out and average you a 30 and 15 if you just really wanted to. I feel like you could have that capability. He stays within the realm of 20 and 9.
I think that he coaches just like, we have a lot of players that are really good, right? Like Tyler Hero, really good player, multiple time All Star, albeit as well as Bam, Olympian. So I don't want to disgruntle them, but they're more on the lower side of the totem pole in regards to All Stars. No disrespect, but All Stars nonetheless. I got a lot of respect for Bam and his game. I'm more so mad and pissed off at the Wizards, bro. Again, you see a guy doing all that, and again, all in the name of tanking. It wasn't like y'all was gonna win the game anyway, but bro, have some pride. I don't want to be the nigga who
Kobe
let this
was getting
dude go
double
for
team.
exactly, bro. Which makes the 81 so. Again, I don't want to. The kids call it what they call it,
They
ethical hooping,
trailing for 90. They
ethical 81.
yeah, they trailed against the Raptors for like 70% of their time that during that game. You know what I'm so it was a meaningful 81, whereas I believe the Heat
Bam.
was up most of that game, or am I wrong in that?
Uh, yeah, I mean the Heat pretty much led the whole game. So, from literally, they probably led like 98% of the game. So,
Yeah. Salute
but
to
it,
you, Bam. I
yeah,
guess, man.
so- yeah, I was like, yeah, salute on that 83, nigga. I guess,
You know what?
whatever.
I'm not even gonna say I guess because if it was Kobe, I think Kobe would tip his head and say salute and respect. And so I'm not going to dim Bam's light, feeling like it takes away from Kobe. Bam, triple salute on the 83. And again, the promo code is still right there for y'all to tap in with Prospects. Use Shine Hard is us promo code. Go ahead, go under next game, Bam. Prospects, go ahead, send that discount on points for Bam.
Wow,
Still,
absolutely amazing. Or set his line at 83 and let us just take the free under. Nah,
that's what's
that's
up.
a good promo.
That's a
But
good promo. Prize Picks, you're welcome.
if y'all listening,
You're welcome, Prize Picks. Go
still
ahead.
everything else.
Go ahead, give us that official endorsement deal, ad deal with Respect the Game podcast. You're welcome. Bam 83 under next game. Still talking about basketball. NBA D Wade made some comments saying that Russell Westbrook is the greatest OKC player in history as of to date. Do y'all find that statement to be blasphemous considering what Shea has already accomplished and still has to go?
um, no, and the only reason I say no is solely off tenure, right? Um, at this point, Russell Westbrook is the longest tenured Thunder, I believe. So, um, he's been the heart and soul when they were nothing, right? When everybody left and everybody moved on and seemingly to bigger and grander things, he stayed and held the fort down and still was box office, still gave 1,000% effort every night, able to produce an MVP, able to, still captivate the masses. So in that regard, I think that's what D Wade was more so alluding to. But when it's all said and done,
We
and I think this is a pivotal thing about it too. Russell Westbrook was drafted. You feel me? He was drafted,
homegrown.
homegrown, drafted by the Thunder. albeit Shea is going to have the most illustrious and the greatest Thunder career when it's all said and done. But
Right now,
SGA was SGA was still drafted by peep this, the Hornets. Hornets is just a masterclass for fumbling all-time generational guards and Kobe Bean Bryant, and then again number two and Shea Gilgeous Alexander when they traded that pick over to the Clippers on draft night. So um, hey,
if if Shea OKC career stopped today, and you had to compare his up against Russell Westbrook, who gets the statue?
I
Westbrook.
mean, Westbrook today because Westbrook still has the MVP, and you got all those triple double years, and you got the years still where they made finals runs and things like that. So I still
I love you. I love you, Brody. I love you,
First,
Brody. I
first,
respect you, Brody.
before you get into that,
Shay getting that statue. I'm sorry.
no, before that,
Shay getting that
no.
statue, bro.
Okay, when you think about a statue, what comes to mind? Are you talking about accomplishments, or are you talking about loyalty and accomplishments combined?
I think
loyalty, homegrown, and accomplishments again
And
with the
he
tenure,
and he hit the ground
bro.
running as well. So Westbrook hit the ground running. He made various playoff runs. He's evolutionized his game in that city. He's broken records in the city over numerous years.
y'all giving
Uh,
Westbrook. I'm not
and,
saying he
and,
don't
and you know how
deserve
I feel
one.
about Westbrook.
Y'all
I think he's
y'all
one of the
giving
best
Westbrook a
athletes, but he's not a
statue
winner.
first,
Hmm?
and I'm not even being recency bias or
You
prisoner of the
said
moment.
stopping today.
Bro, stopping the day. Shay's getting a statue before Westbrook, bro.
How many
No.
years has he played for the Thunder, bro?
So
Like what?
I think are you talking about
Five?
winning
5,
championships,
5.
solidifies the
Nah, bro.
somebody if you're
Come
more
on, Westbrook
no,
got 10 plus years in it.
no,
Come on, bro.
no.
Why do they play the game?
I'm just telling you though, like you're asking why, and your retort to it obviously is he won. I get it. The first ever championship franchise history. That's got to count for
Say that one
way
more time.
again, bro. First championship, but at the same time, he's been there 5 years, bro.
Loyalty,
We're
dog.
talking about right now. I'm
How
giving you the
impressive.
nod.
How impressive. Five
I'm giving
years. All
I'm
I
That's
giving
needed
you the
was
impressive, yes,
nod.
but
5.
not
How
loyalty.
long were you there? Westbrook. Shay, did you have a KD Westbrook? I mean, did you have a KD Shay? Did you have a James Harden Shay?
Not gonna lie to
I
you.
got you a ring in 5 years, OKC. Y'all not gonna give me a statue before
They
Westbrook? Or
ran up
what are we talking about right now?
they ran up against one of the best teams ever.
And they beat the Pacers to a
Just
game
giving you the
seven.
facts.
And that's not even a shot at him. It's just like, come on, man. Like, come on now. LeBron
Yeah,
James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Mike Miller, Ray Allen.
was that
Come
not
on
a
now.
great was that okay, that's the finals. That just so happened to be the toughest team that they met in the finals. But did the OKC not have to go through Denver in the game 7? Because that was pretty much the championship. Whoever won that series was gonna beat the Pacers more than likely. So you talk about like difficulty of team, like just because they beat the Pacers in the finals doesn't take away that they still had a tough road and a tough team to get through, and that being Denver.
One could argue the same argument with, now, granted, no, I can't say, you kind of can say that about Jordan and Pippen to a certain extent.
Say what about Jordan and Pippen?
That's why, I mean, at the end of the day, they got 6 rings. Pippen established at the same time that he can carry that team and they can go to the playoffs. But at the end of the day, Jordan was more loyal. He's been there since day one. You have to give it to the more loyal guy. There are some people who, I am not one of those people, that debate who's the better bull. Jordan or Pippen. At the end of the day, to me, that argument is always dead because it's like Jordan was there during the dark times. Westbrook was there during the dark times, whether he won the championship or not. Like he was there during the dark times. He stayed loyal as much as his prime of his career good. He left all of his prime time there, and he gave everything he could. And he broke records. He got MVPs, MVP nominations. Like,
I
I'm
think it
sorry, I
would.
can't
I
turn my
think it
back on the
would.
guy I drafted
I'm.
and the guy who gave us even the thought that we can even get to the finals. That's hard. I can't.
Aye, bro. We played to win the game.
True.
Like I think. I
That is
think.
very true, but there
I.
are various great players who have
I
not won
under.
championships, but you
I
can't take
under.
it away from their greatness.
I understand the emotion and the compelling argument in terms of tenure that Isaac bring up, which is a great point. But I also think the point of all points is like, I brought y'all a chip, like in the discussion.
All right. Are you saying I think you're more trapped in the better player? Like
Oh, I'm not
like
like
the
Shay
better
just so
player for
happy.
the like he's the better all right. Shea is the better player for the team, but at the end of the day, Westbrook is the better all time Thunder player, period. That's the way it goes.
I can't give him all time Thunder player, bro. I can't give him that.
I'm sorry. I get it. I think you're focused. He's done amazing things. I've watched the growth
I'm not.
myself.
I'm not saying Russ ain't that nigga. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in pale of comparison to who getting the statue, I'm giving it to Shea first. Then Westbrook can get his statue.
You
So
saying that
I,
like now, right now, absolutely. I'm sorry. Like I still got to give it to Westbrook. You give it to the end of his career, and he just doesn't. And he just doesn't fall off. Just doesn't have to win another championship. Just doesn't fall off. Stays in the 30 range. Stays doing some pretty good plays. Maybe another championship appearance or two. Absolutely, I'm giving that to Shea at Juggers and
okay.
Alexander.
So all right.
Absolutely.
So let's see how we feel about this comparison when we talk about tenure and like longevity player. Jokic getting a ring. Jokic getting a statue before Melo.
Are we really doing that right now?
Hey, and I'm gonna
The
say this,
accomplishments are ridiculous. You
and
know
as
this.
much as I love Melo, Melo don't have an MVP.
And multiple MVPs at that. And nominations.
Well, hold on. Russell Westbrook don't have multiple MVPs, but I'm
No,
just
I'm saying
saying,
compared to Melo.
as far as individual accolades are concerned, I think Russell Westbrook has Carmelo Anthony beat in that regard. As far as individual accolades, he's gone farther in the postseason.
No, he's not
He's
comparing those two. He's comparing the Jokic and
not
Melo
having,
and
not
he's a
having,
more
situation.
not
complete. He's
having
a
the
more complete
MVP
player.
voice. You can finish Izzo. I was just gonna say, not having the MVP for Melo, that voids the comparison all in all.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
individually in a vacuum, bro. Again, accolade for accolade, Russell Westbrook is a better player than Carmelo Anthony all time. Come on, let's talk about it now. Okay,
Uh,
let's
This was not meant to be, folks.
Chad. Go. Okay, Chad. In the comments
oh
right now,
man.
wherever we post this, Instagram, TikTok, I don't know. Tell me right now who is a better basketball player all time, Russell Westbrook or Carmelo Anthony?
Hold on. When you say all time, are we factoring in pure skill or we encompassing all
Man,
accolades and
we are
everything?
encompassing all accolades, all physical attributes, everything. It, only thing is, I mean, and I think it's safe to say, like, we don't even have to count this year for. I mean, if you want to count this year, Russ, but like, I don't think Russ is going to accumulate right anything else. Like his career is pretty much set in stone. He just, in my
Yeah.
opinion, he just there for a money grab. But get the
Yeah.
money and you can still play. I ain't tripping, but
Yeah.
hey, in the comments, tell me if I'm tripping, bro. I think I got Russell Westbrook all time better than Carmelo Anthony.
So you saying Westbrook's a better all-time Thunder player than Carmelo Anthony is Denver player, or just as a whole? That's a good comparison too. It is kind of.
Both. Fuck.
Uh,
And this is not
It's a closer comparison with the all-time for sure.
and what
But
I
as
want to say with this,
individual team thing, yeah, I got to give it to Westbrook.
I come in peace. I'm not a Carmelo Anthony hater. So this is not me hating on Carmelo Anthony. This is not me trying to diminish or admonish, you know what I mean? Carmelo Anthony is greatness. This is just me respecting Westbrook, a guy who notoriously gets a lot of unwarranted hate. So hey,
I'm not hating on Westbrook either. He's
I
a
ain't saying
fucking
you.
goat.
I
I
ain't saying you
know.
are.
No, I
Yeah.
ain't taking a shot at me. Just how you stating your claim, you ain't hating on Melo. I'm not hating on Westbrook. Just my preference. I think he get it. I think Shea gets the statue before him due to the championship. Without the championship, I would say I'll put weight and stock and tenure, homegrown and all that to be like, yo, it's going to Westbrook. That's what I'm trying to tell him, B man. I'm trying to tell him.
Game-ending injury, career-ending injury to Shea. Lord, keep your angels around this gentleman so it does not happen, of course. Let your grace be around him. But season injury
Bro.
happens to Shea. You're telling me they're going to put a statue up before Westbrook from that 1 year after all
Yeah.
that work, blood, sweat, and tears?
No, bro.
No,
No.
Yes.
bro, it ain't happening.
No.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Bro, we're gonna
Because if that's the
you
case,
can
Shea
hold on.
championship shouldn't mean anything. If that's the case, if
That's
niggas
not
around
what
here
we
getting
saying.
MVPs, if
This
niggas
is
get
a
statues,
very
That's why you
this is
have
a
the
very
Raptors.
special instance. This is a very special instance. If you would have named anybody else in Thunder history, the answer is yes to that question, except for this nigga.
I'll tell you, I'll take them over KD.
We talking about a nigga who put up 20 and 20 and 20 when Nip died. Like,
He had
stop it,
complete
bro.
control at one point. He had complete control of how of his
That's
destiny.
insane, bro.
Like, and
Stop
all
playing.
it was
Like,
the Mavericks shot
do
call.
people forget this man put up 20, 20, and
or
20?
I did not forget. I did not forget. I shall not forget.
I think he did forget, bro.
I did not forget, bro. I did not forget. But the regular season is where you get your name, and the playoffs is where you earn your fame, bro. Or statue that would a statue, I should say. But we gotta move on. We gotta move on. We gotta
Heard.
move on. um, Black Peace. I know we still talking. We was talking basketball. We're gonna get to Jayson Tatum a little bit later down the runway. But I want to bring this up to you specifically, Black Peace, being the music head. So there was this post that went out about top all time, the greatest rappers all time who don't have classic albums, right? I'm gonna run this list down to you, but it's two people on this list that I wanted to bring to your attention. And I hate Dacius couldn't make it tonight because I want to hear his thoughts as well. So top 10 all-time greatest MCs without a classic album. At number 10, you got Cannabis. At number 9, you got Andre 3 Stacks. 8, you got Busta Rhymes. 7, you got Ludacris. 6, you got Inspector Dick. 5, you got Black Thought. 4, you got Fabulous. 3, you got Jada Kiss. 2, you got Method Man. And number 1, you got Grand Puba. The two artists on here that I wanted to bring to your attention specifically is Ludacris and Fabulous. When they talk about albums, this is my opinion, not as big. I'm not a as much of a music savant as yourself and Sedacious, but give me your opinion on this list. When you say Ludacris, I immediately go to Release Therapy. To me, Release Therapy is a classic. For Fabulous, number 4, Loso's Way, I think is a classic. Am I wrong? Do you disagree or agree, or maybe you may agree, but you feel like it's a different album that they have is a classic? But for me, Ludacris and Release Therapy is a classic, and Fabulous Loso's Way is a classic to me. Take off.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have Loso, okay? But Ludacris is absolute blasphemy. First and foremost, he has a numerous classics. That's the crazy thing about it. Like that's the even more eerie thing about it. Now, is it your more rougher rap? Absolutely not. It's Ludacris style. It's more than goofier style. It kind of resembles Busta Rhymes, old Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott type shit. But at the end of the day, that's the beauty of it. Release Therapy was the cutoff of the Missy Elliott and the Busta Rhymes style of rapping and proving to the world, hey, I can be taken seriously if I felt like it. If I feel like it, I can be lyrical to the degree of top 5 at the time.
War with God? Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like,
Too many. Too many classics, too many I'm looking at it as that was the one shift where I felt like he even came back down to earth, but he hit a certain supernova level when he dropped that album. And it was so catastrophic. I feel like the rap game didn't know how to process it at the time. And I think if it would have dropped a little bit later in rap, it probably can process better. But for taking this rapper who's just known for being a goofball, animated videos, always talking about sex and just big rims and throwing bows and Atlanta shit, like the fun side of Atlanta, like they actually got some real shit and then they couldn't believe it. And like I said, Release Therapy, man, that's a classic. I can't believe I had a feeling it was gonna be somebody of like that caliber where they so used to them being a certain character, and the moment they show their skill, it gets overlooked, totally overlooked. So I think that's what happened in that case. People so used to Ludacris being the goofy guy, the relaxed guy, the party songs. They respect the fact that he can rap, but they never really took him seriously. And the moment he cut his hair, the moment he dropped that video with Young Jeezy, the moment War with God was
Screw up
listened to
the and
by the
screw
listeners,
up.
it was a game changer. And this is when Lil Wayne was I believe coming into his own. This was when Jay-Z popped his head back in there. He was doing it around some big dogs. I think Bun B had dropped the album around that time. Like he was fighting for his life. And yeah, Release Therapy. Shame on the people that made that list. How could you forget? Because at the end of the day, I believe if you bring it back to their attention, all they can say is, "Oh my God, how could I miss that?" I do believe Fab does have a classic album. I've just never quite crossed that threshold of being a fan enough to want to listen to an album from him, or want to, or I was more mixtape Fab than album Fab at the end of the day. So I'll leave that judgment up to you because it was just like, yeah, I'll mess with Fab, but I can't say I know the intro to the outro. I know the intro to the outro when it comes to Release Therapy. I don't know that with him, but I can respect him enough to know he at least has the one. Feel like he has two, but I know he got one.
Yeah, that's why I want Dacius on here because I think Dacius would definitely vehemently state claim for Fabulous having a classic album. Um, so yeah, yeah, when I seen this, I was just like, absolutely, like, no way, no how, like, Ludacris, like, come on, Fabulous, Loso's way. And maybe I'm biased because like those were like soundtracks of my childhood growing up, so it made me feel like the whole world was listening to it. But I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying, that's a soundtrack to my childhood, and the whole world was listening to that as well. So yeah, man.
A
Yeah.
classic album consists of a memorable intro, a solid fluidity of the album. Means like you can you prefer to listen to that album or the songs from that album through the album way. You don't want to just pick out a song or two. That helps, clarifies if you're a classic album. Um, you can predict when you first hear the album. You can predict what songs are gonna be hits and what's gonna be the main ones. You know what I'm saying? You can predict like three or four, and then 9 times out of 10, those three or four are going to be videos or they're going to perform on shows or whatever. And also, I think another thing that solidifies a classic is the attention that other albums by other big artists being dropped, not getting attention because they're too busy listening to that album. And like I said, that's what was happening around him. He dropped his album, and other big artists dropped their stuff, and it's like you had no other choice but to go back to Ludacris. So, uh, yeah, those other artists, I kind of I understand that because I feel like those are a lot of good skilled artists. But as far as from beginning to end and say, man, I want to jam that album, you really don't think about Andre 3K. You think about verses, you think about his features, you think about creative songs he's done. You think about Outkast, but you don't think about Andre 3K himself, solo dolo, classic album.
Yeah, because on like the knock with Andre is that he has classic Outkast albums, but not actual solo project albums, and so So yeah.
They kind of boil my blood, to be honest with you, man. I can't believe that. First of all, he has class. He has uh word of mouth is not a classic album, folks. That's not. That is not. That is not. That is not.
The
Okay.
disrespect, the
That
disrespect.
I feel like it's one more he had. Red light district.
Come
I
on,
know it's
bro.
I
Get
know
your
I,
lighters, roll your sticky. Let's get high. Let's get high. I got
know it's
that
a
blueberry yum yum,
uh,
and it's that fire.
it's a little bit pop. Hell, it is pop, but damn, it was done well. It does
Like,
not matter if it's pop or not. That was a red light district.
yeah.
No, that's actual blasphemy. And being number 7 on it, I kind of give a little bit of respect because you're saying like maybe some people feel like he got a classic album, but nah, bro. For the time that music was at that time and what we were talking about, you could get away with rapping like Ludacris as long as you were good at it. I think that's why Nelly was so successful. He rapped just like Ludacris, just different content. He kept it poppy. He made songs you can dance to, play in the club. You know, like you could play around white folks.
Yeah, it didn't try to
That's what Nelly did.
reinvent the
So did Ludacris.
wheel. Yeah. It didn't try to reinvent the wheel.
Move, bitch, get out the way. A song that it's not even a song anymore. It's a living phrase. And that you're telling me that song is part of a non-classic album? Yeah, I got Ludacris fucked up. Hey, drop a Ludacris Eddie, y'all, right there, bam. Oh, Trout mouth ass nigga from the Watch.
Well, fuck you then, old trout mouth ass nigga.
One of my favorite Ludacris quotes. Oh, Trout mouth ass nigga. Yeah, man. Can't believe he thinks like that. And respect to Luda, even though it's on the 2000s to 2010 side, homie still can rap. It's still on some 2010 to 2010 type content, but at the end of the day, homie still can rap. People try to hate on him. Talent still talent, bro. Chris Bridges. They try to do Chris Bridges like this. Boy, is that Chris Bridges? Look at you, boy. You done grew into them ears.
I mean, Lord,
Wow.
please forgive me for the mistakes I made. And thanks for keeping my mama safe
Wow.
when she wrecked my Escalade.
That's
Come on,
horrible.
bro.
Classic
What are
album.
we?
That song alone is by far one of his best songs he's ever
Searching
done.
so hard, searching so hard, trying to
Y'all
provide.
gotta put some respect on Louis and Hank. No, no. They let them big hands like dictate who he is, and that's just him having fun as the top 5 rapper back in the day. I don't care what nobody say. Sorry, sorry, sorry. As a package deal, he was top 5 rapper back in the day. Argue with your mom. Name somebody who was consistent as him. He dropped albums every 2 years. Every two
Yeah.
years for like 10 years worth, maybe if not more. He had like 6 albums. Stop it. 3 of them classics. I admit, once the 2010s kind of hit, that's when he dropped. I feel like the album stopped being good albums. You had more singles. Good was it? If I get one Moan Drain, yeah, I get it. You know, but no, he ruled it. He was one of the top 5 in the 2000s. Hell no.
We haven't we haven't did it in a while.
Pause.
And
I had to do it, dog. Had to do it for the people. I had to do it for the chat, man. They were thinking it. Come on, man. You know that.
we
Anyway,
haven't we haven't did this segment in a while. We haven't did this segment in a while in terms of, hey, what do you respect or not respect or acknowledging. So
respect a
yeah,
check.
we right, respect a check. Yes, we hadn't done respect a check in a while. And I, in reintroducing it, making it a staple on the show, respect it or check it. I want to shout out a special entrepreneur out there who isn't like all other entrepreneurs. I don't even know if I should call him an entrepreneur, but respecting a business owner by the name of Alan Giles. This man lives in the Houston area. And if you're somebody who out there who has a fine taste for cuisine, different types of cuisine, and you like trying different food trucks, watching the maturation process from where Alan started, and whether it was like door to door, and I'm here in Atlanta, so I only got to see like whatever he posts. So just watching the maturation process from what he started with his catering company, and I was blessed to have him be able to do my baby shower when I came down to Houston, and the food was immaculate. And what I'm trying to say is
The
respect
boy,
to the boy's good. The boy's good. The boy's good. Nah, man. Alan, he just recently opened up his own food truck, and some of y'all who are familiar with him, the catering company used to be called Black Plate Special, but I believe he's like rebranded the company now to the name Kallie G's, which is a play on his daughter, or not even a play, but like that's his daughter's name, and I think that's like super dope. It kind of just being a testament to like legacy, right? We started the episode off, with a scripture, and the scripture talks about, you know, a good man, a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children, his children's children. And you can kind of see that being a move that Allen has made with, opening up a food truck and like naming it after his daughter and stuff like that there. So, man, I think that's like real cool. And again, the food is damn good. The food is damn good. Just recently opened up, had crawfish going this past weekend. I don't know with the food truck if this is his like normal setup shop, or if he's going to try to hit different locations throughout per weekend, on a per weekend basis. Where he was posted up this past weekend was 23294 FM 1314 Road, Porter, Texas, zip code 77365. So I'm gonna make sure I put all of that down there in the description for y'all. And also too, I got you, Black Peace. I'm just to come to you. And also too, you could follow him. You could follow him to just stay abreast on, when he posting and when he dropping. Follow him at Alan G on Instagram. You can follow him at Alan G 83, and you can stay in the loop with Kallie G's food truck and be able to get some of his food. No, but yeah. Shout out to Alan, man. Respect what he's doing, as well as you can hear my son. He respects LeBron too, and him, going from where he used to, just pull up, pop up, and do great, all types of events. But to see him growing and matriculating into a food truck, man, I definitely want to shout him out. And I mean, you got to respect that, seeing where he started and where he's at. God's plan in terms of how far he's going to continue to grow. So yeah, salute to Allen. Go taste Kallie G's, and make sure you follow him so you know where he'll pull up at next time. And yeah, man, just had to shout that out. That's a big deal. That's a big deal, man. It's always good to see people you grew up with, people you got love and respect for doing big things such as that.
Edward, how's your
Yes.
geography?
Huh?
How's your geography?
I don't know. I
It's
mean,
horrifying. That is the street from my house, my brother. You could have dropped that on me at any point. I'm pulling up tomorrow. Resend that in the chat for sure. No, yeah, Porter is like I am a breath hop skipping away from Porter. I'm pulling up.
Porter? How far is Porter from you? Cause
New
you
Caney,
Porter is New Caney, okay.
like practically, like I passed by a little sign that says Porter, like 4 minutes away from the house. So no, not far at all. Like that's for me not being on Facebook, to be honest. I have a friend on Facebook, and I just don't get on Facebook. So it's just like people that I have
Yeah,
on Facebook. I don't know. I thought I've lost a little contact from them. So, but definitely good to know. I'll definitely be pulling up to get the OG Black Plate Special, aka the Kallie G's. I think I'm gonna refer to it like that. If I'm in the mood for it, I'm gonna definitely try to do a food review on TikTok or social media in general.
yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, he had the crawfish and stuff going this past weekend. So for all those out there who love crawfish, seafood boils, hit them up and make sure you follow. Yeah, man. Respect of the chick. You gotta respect what Allen has done with his catering business and where he's grown it to with the food truck.
Yeah, I hear they have a lot of those. A decent amount, apparently, and a decent amount of lovers of them. But a lot of people that do have the crawfish, they don't know what they're doing, and they're still making good crawfish. So I know if Alan is getting his hands on the crawfish out here and he's selling them out here, I know it's just like it's selling itself. So yeah, I'm excited. I just need the opportunity to go get some.
Nah, man, Allen, man, my boy, he brought out the gold plate and utensils for boys, man, for the baby shower, man.
I will say that's one thing I did like about it. It gave an elegant look with a soulful taste. You can take
Oh
that, Alan, if you
man,
want to, for
beautiful.
sure.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes. Yeah, man. Again, this episode is brought to you by Kallie G's Black Plate Special Experience. Go check him out. Hit the socials and make sure y'all follow to see what he pulling up next too, man. Um, before we get out of here, our brother Black Peace, our brother Sean Hart had to log off, but going through NFL free agency, then we're gonna let's touch on Justin. Let's talk about Jayson Tatum making a return back from his Achilles injury tendon. God forbid I said let's touch on Jayson Tatum. Uh, got the pause police.
Yeah,
So Jayson Tatum, man. Jayson Tatum, 3 games back. 3 games back so far from the Achilles injury. He's averaging 17.7 rebounds and 4 assists. The Celtics are 2-1 with Jayson Tatum being back. They beat the Dallas Mavericks in Jayson Tatum's debut on the season, where Jayson Tatum had 15 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. Then they went on Sunday to defeat the Cavaliers, and then tonight, here on Tuesday, when we shooting the pod, they just lost to the San Antonio Spurs, 125-16. Jayson Tatum is playing exactly right now, 27 minutes. He hasn't played went over or under. He's been playing right at 27 minutes. Tonight he had 24 points for a season high, 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists versus the Spurs tonight. Black Beast, did you get a chance to see his opening night versus Dallas, or just in general? How do you feel about his return thus far?
remember that conversation we had on the telephone about, Boston not having enough? Uh, that Jaden Brown is getting figured out. That's irrelevant
Hmm.
now. Uh, they have in my opinion, a healthy, uh, well experienced Jason Tatum. They're using him very carefully. They know their placement in the playoffs is sealed, and I feel like they may just be the ones. Uh, I feel that there's no big heads in Boston. Everybody knows their roles, and with Jason Tatum really getting in there, I feel like they have no holes at this moment. I don't see any weaknesses. You have Vujicic, you have Kata, uh, White, Pritchard. These are all players that can go off at any given second. And even simultaneously at some points, two or three of them going off. So with all them being there and Jason Tatum having that ability to say, "Hey, I didn't play 60 games. You're ready for me for like a whole playoff series?" Yeah, that's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. Uh, and to be in a position that they are, I think they're the third seed.
Nah, bro, they're a 2 seed.
Oh my God,
They on the
that
heels
is
of the Pistons.
absolutely terrifying. Do they? I think, especially with Missoula being the coach, he can care less about being number one. He just knows that his best player is back, and his second best player is playing like the best player. And yeah, it's I love it. As far as like the decision to do it, like it's I don't see nothing wrong with it. He said he's ready to play. He had a whole summer. He had a whole holiday. He had All-Star. And I mean, even the way he's moving, it's confident. He doesn't look hesitant. And I think the only thing that's stopping him from being like overly dominant is his minutes.
Nah, bro. So that's the thing, right? So tonight, Jaylen Brown got ejected, and knowing now that he's only getting 27 minutes, Jayson Tatum getting them motherfuckers up. He
Yeah.
chunking. Like the first two games, he had exactly 16 points. I mean, excuse me, he had exactly 16 shot attempts on 27 minutes played. And then tonight he had 24 shot attempts. But I think part of that was the fact that Jaylen Brown got ejected in the first half, and then but I want to say in the first half, that nigga Jayson Tatum still had like damn near 14 field goal attempts. So it's just like he like, yo, I ain't out here for a long time. I'm supposed to get these shots up, and that makes him dangerous when you're trying to take his over. I had Jayson Tatum under on fantasy today, and thanks to Jaylen Brown getting ejected in the first half, had Jayson Tatum under 18 and a half first half fantasy. No, it wasn't 8.5. I had Jayson Tatum under 18 flat fantasy, and Jayson Tatum had 18.1 fantasy. That's gambling for you folks.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this about Jayson Tatum, guys. He wants to play basketball. Period.
he and
He
so
wants to play some
Black
basketball.
Black Peace, and for our football lovers, we're going to do our best to get to NFL free agency before we get out of here. Black Peace, are you still in belief that the Pistons have enough, considering what the Celtics look like with Jayson Tatum's return?
Now, and I hate to shift. I really hate to. I'm just a
Well,
realist.
also before tonight on a 4-game losing streak before defeating the Brooklyn Nets tonight, that being the Detroit Pistons.
Uh, that's gonna happen to a certain extent. When you're one of the better teams, you're gonna go on to certain losing streaks, maybe challenge games, maybe just a little fatigue, what may have you, injuries, what may have you. But I think they had a good enough team to get by with the way the East was at that point. Now that Jayson Tatum is back, it's the definition of too much firepower, and they play defense, and they have championship experience and playoff experience. It's just a lot that goes against Detroit for them being so young, just coming off one of the worst years in franchise history 3 years ago. It's a lot. With the way it was constructed, they had a solid chance, a very solid chance. But now that the kid is back, hate him or love him, Jayson Tatum want to play some basketball, and he's not tight. He's not nowhere near the idea of. He has what at max 40 games to play.
Do the Boston Celtics catch the Detroit Pistons for the 1 seed? Boston is 43. They're 3 games, they're 3.5 games back from the Detroit Pistons, who just went on a 4-game losing streak before winning again tonight versus the Nets. Do the Boston Celtics catch the Detroit Pistons for that #1 overall seed in the East?
No, because they don't care.
I think they care, but I think
They
they
don't,
wondered if they could get it.
because they number two. Who's all right? Who's number three, and how close are they?
The Knicks are the Knicks are 41 games, so they're like 2 games back. The Knicks are 41 and 25. The Celtics are 43 and 22.
Detroit is still not in the 20s yet, right?
No, the Detroit is 46 and 18. Boston 43 and 22.
I think it'd be idiotic to press towards that, knowing the circumstances of your team. They need chemistry. They need to play some ball, win games that need to be won.
Bro, you can call me a prisoner of the moment. Forgive me for interrupting. Call me a prisoner of the moment. Best of 7. Give me the Celtics right now. Best of 7 versus anybody in the East. Best of 7.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though. I don't
I
think it
get you
doesn't.
to your point. It don't matter. I get you.
I
It's
don't
like
think it
that.
matter where they play at this point. To be honest,
And the thing that worries me about the Cavs with James Harden is I seen this on Sunday. It's like when Donovan Mitchell gets into a takeover situation, James Harden goes to sit in a corner. And I've always hated that like style of basketball of like the your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn type style. And so, like, seeing that kind of discouraged me about the Cavs to be like, I don't know if that's gonna work in the playoffs with Harden literally going to go sit in the corner and be like, all right, do what you do, Donovan Mitchell. But yeah, man, yeah. Jason Tatum again, 3 games back. With the first 3 games back, averaging exactly 27 minutes a game, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists per game in his first 3 games back from the Achilles injury, and the Celtics are 2-1 so far in Jason Tatum's first 3 games back, man. But yeah, man, we're about to get out of here, beautiful people. Real quick, real quick hits on NFL free agency so far on the first day. You got Tua getting a 1 year deal to the Falcons, who they are saying that it may be a quarterback battle between him and Michael Penix, who the Falcons picked up in the first round, but Michael Penix went out with injury last season. So hey, like, who's gonna be their guy? Mike Evans to the 49ers. I love that for Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan has grown on me. Shout out to our boy Coach Johnson. I know we used to troll Christian and Kyle Shanahan, but Kyle Shanahan's style of play calling has grown on me a lot, and I have a high regard and respect for it as him being an elite NFL offensive play caller. But them getting Mike Evans is big too, because Mike Evans took less money leaving Tampa, where there's no state tax, and going to uh California, where they have the highest state tax. So I'll be interested to see what Mike Evans do in that Kyle Shanahan style offense. The Texans, we get Braden Smith from the Colts, and then we get Reed Blankenship from the Philadelphia Eagles. Great added piece. Reed being somebody who played an instrumental role, and Jonathan Taylor being off to a hot start with how he was running the ball last year, right? And then Fred Blankenship, he 300 plus tackles, 9 interceptions, and 20 pass breakups in his career through 56 games, and playing with the Eagles. So he getting off of it. And Braden Smith has elite experience, 8 seasons out of the 107 games that he's played. Out of the 107 games he's played, he started 105 of them. So Nick Casario, we see you trying to put in that work. We see you trying to put in that work. Yeah, so Max Crosby, we hadn't. I mean, that's a big deal. I don't know. Well, I know you saw it. Max Crosby, right? It's almost on. It's almost the ink is almost dry, but the I don't think you hate. I think you don't like the Raiders, but the Raiders withdraw their trade to the Baltimore Ravens for Max Crosby. Um, Before I let you take off on that, Malik Willis, he gets a deal signed as a quarterback to replace Tua with the Miami Dolphins. And I'm sure that we'll talk about more free agency as, like, the free agency continues to unfold. As we talk about some more free agency next week. But yo, Max Crosby, they're saying he failed his physical and Baltimore ain't messing with him. So they're saying no deal. What do you make of the Max Crosby saga?
The substance we'll be talking about.
You say what?
What kind of field test we talking?
Just like a physical, when players get traded, they got to go through a physical, and people are saying he must have failed his physical, as that being the reason why the Ravens are saying, "Hey, nah, we're not making it official."
I really don't know how to feel about it. I was saying it out when everybody else saying it. I I feel like that's the only reason why, because I feel like that would have been a monumental step in free agency, especially being one of the first days of it happening. Um, that's the only thing I could think of. I The real question is, does Max Crosby stop? Because obviously that was something that was initiated by him. Obviously, like, he wanted to be somewhere where he can be happier and we have a chance to compete. So, especially with Gino being out of there, I mean, no, not like it really made a difference. They were looking in another direction. Uh, he's going to try again. I just wonder how that's gonna play out. To be honest, I don't know how the whole physical thing works. I don't know if it's a drug physical situation. I don't know if it's an injury physical situation. But Crosby wants out, and I think he's gonna get out. Where he's gonna go? That's a good question. Very good question.
More news to unfold on the Max Crosby thing. I'm not sure if I could try to pull it up real quick before we go. I'm not sure how many picks the Baltimore Ravens were offering in
Two
exchange for
first
him.
round.
Huh?
Two first round.
Two first round picks. Okay, yeah. So Baltimore Ravens giving up two first.
2026 and 2027.
Baltimore giving up two first round picks for Max Crosby. Considering the talent that he is, he's definitely worth it. But hey, man, trade no good. Something wrong with Max Crosby. More details to follow as the story continues to unfold. And if he doesn't go to Baltimore, well, where will he end up? And it's crazy too. Like he in Baltimore, he sent a picture of him like a Baltimore skyline this morning, and then on top of that, he gave a long farewell post to Las Vegas. It's just like, nah, bro, go ahead, come back. Return to sender. Return to sender. Um, but yeah, beautiful people. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. Did you have anything to add on Braden Smith and us getting Reed Blankenship? Beautiful people, this is what you call a great episode. We don't take y'all listening to us for granted. Right now, we like to take the time to open up the doors of the podcast. Open up the doors of the podcast and give you the opportunity to join this podcast and make this your podcast home by simply hitting the subscribe button. And if you hit the subscribe button and you're trying to figure out, like, man, hitting the subscribe button was cool, but I would much rather do something else or do something in addition to that. And then after hitting the subscribe button, hit the like button. And if you hit the subscribe button and then you hit the like button and you're just like, yo, this episode, listening to these fellas like really impacted me. It really helped me get through my commute or whatever I had going on today. Then we ask that you hit the share button. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their friend that we'll be back here next week to do this all over again. Again, we don't take y'all listening to us for granted. The doors of the pod are always open to y'all to hit that subscribe button and join us as we try to help you through your daily commute, through your workout, whatever you got going on. We hope that the scripture, this this episode could help you remember a righteous person falls down 7 times, but they get back up again. Falling down does not make you unworthy. It's choosing to stay down is when it gets scary. So keep getting back up, beautiful people. We love you. We will see you next week.